We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Tigers of San Antonio taking on the Denver Broncos. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right to the air goes Nitz. Well, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On play action, here's Shedeur. Short throw caught by Bowers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Ready? Wrapped up, 60, that's 19 right. Ready?
Sanders. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Nico Collins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Tigers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The Broncos had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shaw. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now it's Nix. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Cowboys! 60 Bison! 60 Bison!
From the gun, it's Shedeur. Open man down the field, it's Bowers. Yeah, he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. To throw now, here's Sanders. That's complete, right around the 8. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run here with a rookie from Washington. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Tigers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He's in the space past the 25. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll go play action with Nix. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Back to the air with Nix. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are back within a score. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
First down, San Antonio.
Viking 18. Cup 19. Panther 6.
Play action. It's Sanders. Shoves him aside. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
60 Maverick. 6. Here we go. Here we go. Cowboys 19. Warriors 70.
Here's Sanders. And it is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Let's go.
Sanders to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And it's caught. Touchdown. Nico Collins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Tigers go up by 2 touchdowns. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7.
Broncos 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Nix. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
At the Broncos' 33-yard line.
Get it! Cougar 19!
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Ready.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Throwing, Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
It's 2nd down.
Now Sanders. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
19 tight, 19 tight. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Nick Bonito. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Oh, what a move. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Martin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Bronco 80.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Dragon 60. Let go.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Deputy. Cowboy 80.
To throw is Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
19 Tiger. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Hoskins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
Operating from the gun. Sanders. And that's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Working downfield, he's got Thornton. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
19 Charger, 19. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready,
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Tigers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Nix to the air. Throw left side complete. That's Perry. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Brings up third down.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. To throw is Nix. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Nix looking to throw again. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And my goodness, another interception. And the return will stop right around the 25.
They take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Left, ready.
On first down, Hoskins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. 24 yards. And the Tigers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team thought they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shaw. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Nix. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Hold on, set. Ready.
Nix to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ready. Ole.
Back to throw again. Nick's going to keep this himself. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now.
Inside the 20.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
There he goes, right side. And touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Tigers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Almost set. Ready.
Off the play fake, Nix.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Almost set.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Almost set.
Now it's Nix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Almost set. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here's Nix once more.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shaw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point just does sneak over the bar as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's got him in, complete. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. And what a big-time play there. 62 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
They'll run on first down. Hoskins, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
San Antonio, first down. First and goal.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
And now they'll shift things around.
Leads to second and goal at the 5-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Oh, some strong running.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Here's Nix.
He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Completes it to Perry.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They're going. It's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Nix from the shotgun.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
70 Ranger. Rig alert, rig alert. Ready,
From the gun, it's Shedeur. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for San Antonio, they did what they needed to do. They split their first two road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game.